Does it feel like your dream of homeownership has been snuffed out? It's not the final truth.
Moving forward with the Dekker team. Moving forward together with the Dekker team.
We are honored to have come alongside you for over 35 years, not only selling, buying, and investing in real estate over 3,117 times, coming alongside you to build your fun, build your fitness, build your finances, and even strengthen, heal, and flourish inside relationship. Dreams being snuffed out. How can they not be with all that's being said? Like real estate, buying real estate is old thinking now.
Or priced out of range.
Or it's too hard to get the down payment, or renting is easier. There's a lot more freedom in renting. So so I think what's happened for a lot of people that we meet is they don't even run the numbers anymore.
Yeah, and whether it's buying your first home or upgrading or buying a second one or buying an investment property, it seems harder. The sensationalization of the media is that it is very tough. It doesn't work anymore. Investment properties don't work. Is it harder to find them? Yes.
Yes. And the type of investment properties that used to work don't work.
We got to do a different one.
We've had to shift our focus. Like when we first started investing in real estate, it was kind of by accident. It wasn't like a big grandiose plan. It was nothing more than helping out a few clients that were stuck and couldn't sell their properties and were financially in trouble. So we said, okay, we'll take that off your back. And we paid market value. We overpaid for all of them, actually. Yeah, and it was more than great because it still allowed us to build equity, because that kind of property still worked, especially once the interest rates dropped a little bit.
And we kept them between 5 and 10 years.
At least.
So by then, they had increased in value much more than what we paid for them.
Right, exactly. So even a bad decision became a good decision. We don't want that for you. We want to be a lot wiser about it.
Yeah.
You know, this was almost 40 years ago that we're going back now.
Yeah.
And so we want to look at the bigger picture, but what we don't want you to do is stop thinking about it.
Yeah, I think some people have market exhaustion. You know, it's too much. There's too much online commentary, and it's causing people to confuse their emotional fatigue.
Exhaustion, worn out.
Yeah. With sound decision making. Like you're not getting information. That's one of the things why our clarity call, we give this 15 minutes away for free. We believe it brings value, and we think, and people say they do. Yeah. So that's why we give of our time freely. You don't have to work with us. Some people choose to work with us, but they don't have to. And a lot of times, the step that we may recommend, it might be 3 years out that someone's ready to purchase or whatever. It's not about that. It's about moving forward together, really, is what it's about. That's why we offer that 15-minute free clarity call. Just jump on dekkerteam.com, and there's a little button there. Click on it. It says schedule your 15-minute clarity call. And we're going to discuss, is your dream of homeownership or increasing your property or buying a second property, is that feel like somebody threw a wet blanket on it? The fire has gone out, or it's being snuffed out. We want to look at your situation and give you a couple ideas, encourage you, give you a couple ideas of things that maybe you could tweak.
And look at the real numbers, not just the slogans, not just the promotion. Actually bring your numbers back into the dialogue. Because often when I've heard people say, well, I can't, it's more the resigned to I can't, not that I don't want to.
Yeah.
Does that make sense, Ken?
Absolutely.
And so we want to look at the hard, cold truth of the numbers with you. And if you get a chance, do it yourself first. Absolutely. Have your numbers ready. And then we will not challenge your numbers, but make sure that there's nothing missing in the numbers.
Yeah. Because fatigue is emotional.
No.
It slows us down. It causes us to turtle, put our head in the shell and go, oh,
bury your head in the sand like an ostrich.
Yeah, exactly.
All those are little analogies.
But wealth decisions require clarity. And that's what the clarity call is about, to help. And maybe it's a good chance, Yetta, just to discuss what wealth really means to us. Because some people think it's just money. And we say it's not. It's about much more than money. Wealth is health. It's good relationships. It's spiritual. It's physical. It's to have wealth, you need the whole package, all 5 things. Money as well.
Yeah, it's a piece of the conversation. It's not the whole conversation. Right. And how we make decisions affects every area of our life. So even a money decision, right? Yeah. Hardcore. If we're too tight on our mortgage, that's no good either. We're going to do that in another, actually in show 738, I think we're going to go a little bit deep into this whole idea of renting versus owning, right? What's it?
A little bit of or delaying, with 5% or 20%, what the true cost is of delaying home ownership is really where we're going to go. Yeah. So it's going to be fun. Now, there are short-term costs, right? Right. For renting. Right. And benefits. Yes. And what we got to remember is the long-term equity play, how that factors in. And unless we do some numbers for you, we run it on the same spreadsheet actually that we do for investors. If you want a home ownership, we're going to go, okay, well, what's your rent? What are your expenses? Then what's your negative cash flow, right? What's it going to cost you to live there on a monthly basis? How much is your mortgage paid down? What is the property expected to increase yearly on average based on history? Right. We can put in 4 or 5%. I think 5% is typical, but if you want to be conservative, we can put in 4, we can put in 3, and we can project that out 25 years and go, wow, look what just happened because I own a property. Right. And people get stuck on, I'm paying the bank. Yes, you are paying the bank interest, and you're paying somebody's rent anyway or mortgage anyway. Well, the rent is paying your landlord's interest on their mortgage. Exactly. One of the things we want to make sure we just touch on here that we almost forgot about, and we did it ourselves. I think in last segment, we talked about that we'd rented 3 different places before we finally bought. We'd actually rented 5. And the fascinating thing that we got clear on as we were chatting just before we were chatting with you now is that each one of them got bigger and better. And more expensive. Well, of course, bigger and better equals more expensive. And I'd forgotten about one of them altogether because it was a basement apartment. Like, what a great place to start. And I also forgot about the one that was in the same building. And we didn't have kids. We didn't have any real need to move from a 1 to 2 other than we were buying stuff. So our lifestyle habits were terrible. Well, they were. Yeah. Yeah. And so thinking about if you're going to increase your rent, because you need a bigger place, what would happen if you spent that same amount of money but put it towards your own house? Yeah, that's true. That's true. So renting can be wise. Renting forever because someone else online said owning is old thinking rarely is. Yeah, so thanks for joining us on Life's Inside Track. Because when we move forward together, we've got this.
Moving forward with the Dekker team. Moving forward together with the Dekker